Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night whenever you are watching this. For today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at who you are evolving into. And to do this reading, I have 4 piles. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here I've added the crystals. For pile 1, we have this blue lace agate. For pile 2, we have this tiger's eye. For pile 3, we have this citrine chunk. And for pile 4, we have this rose quartz chunk. Pick whichever pile number, and or crystal is calling you most, and that is going to be your reading. I did receive a collective message, so if you wanted to watch that, just keep watching. Otherwise, timestamps will be listed down below along with the decks that I use. That's always in the description box. And now let's either get into the collective message, or if you want to just skip to your reading, you can go ahead and do that. So the collective message that I was getting was that we're breaking free from perfection molds or having to show a polished and perfect exterior, and coming back to authenticity, coming back to being a human that's balanced, that's not perfect always or perfectly put together, but that tries their best to do what they can and live their best life. And I was also feeling like we're breaking free from acting the same, like everybody acting the exact same way, or everybody thinking along the same lines, or feeling like we have to have the same opinions, otherwise we can't get along. I feel like we're evolving into this place where we are able to make room for differences in opinions and learning to work with each other despite those differences. And instead of trying to shove everybody into the same mold of thinking or opinions and things like that, or preferences, whatever the case is, I feel like we're really breaking out of that collectively. I would love to know how many of you have been experiencing that yourself, or noticing this shift, or what your thoughts and opinions are on this topic. But now let's get into your piles. Hello pile 1, how are you doing? You've chosen this blue lace agate crystal, and I'm going to keep it right here. I did receive a collective message for this reading, so if you'd like to check that out, it will be timestamped. But let's get into your reading. So I got a few messages first that the person you're evolving into, and obviously just take what applies for you, but is someone who doesn't overcomplicate things, or is no longer looking to overcomplicate things, and not overdoing things, and trusting that things will work out. Like you're doing your best and trusting that things will work out, and being okay with simplicity was also coming through. So let's get into your cards. We have Lalita Tripura Sundari. We have Passion. Then we have Golden Egg and Venus. I really feel like you're evolving into somebody who is no longer afraid of their passions, but is fully embracing their passions, their passionate energy, their life force energy. I also feel like there's a really strong connection to your feminine energy here and the divine feminine. And I feel like you're using that feminine energy and that divine feminine energy to help you elevate and evolve into somebody who's comfortable expressing that, pursuing passions, allowing your life force energy to exude out of you, because it seems like you have such a beautiful, vibrant aura and energy. And now it's really radiating outward. The person you're evolving into is somebody who allows that energy to radiate outwardly, to allow it to be seen outwardly. Let's see what your tarot has to say. Spirit, who is pile 1 evolving into? Who is pile 1 evolving into? We have the King of Cups being reversed. Who's pile 1 evolving into? the Knight of Swords. I feel like this combination of the King of Cups and Knight of Swords being reversed is making me feel like you're evolving into somebody who isn't afraid of experiencing the finer things in life, but also who isn't afraid of taking things slowly, of truly experiencing life. This pile seems very like sensual, but I feel like you're not afraid. You're evolving into somebody who's not afraid of connecting to their sensual side, who's not afraid of slowing down and really experiencing things. I feel like you're evolving into somebody who's slow and sensual, or who is deliberate with their actions and conscious of their actions and where they place their energy, who has awareness and is reflective of their inner world. But yeah, this pile has a lot of sensual vibes. And I feel like you are evolving into somebody who truly enjoys that, who takes time to experience it rather than rushing through it, who takes time to enjoy the experiences of your senses. So like, this doesn't even have to be sexually. This could be like eating good food and just taking the time to enjoy that food fully, allowing your senses to experience and enjoy things slowly instead of trying to rush through it. Like, not just rushing to eat your food, but really sitting down and experiencing it. That's what I feel like. That's who I feel like you're evolving into, is somebody who is just open to experience your senses without rushing through those sensory experiences. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I pulled this card here, so for you it's Venus, to see what area of your life is this evolution impacting, and it makes perfect sense that you enhancing your sensory experiences, slowing down to really take the time to enjoy those experiences, to connect deeply to your divine feminine and your senses. It's impacting the way you experience love, beauty, and money, and your wealth. So I would also encourage you, if you know where your birth chart, to see where your Venus is, because I'll give you an even better idea of what this is impacting. But typically Venus is associated with Taurus and Libra. Taurus is connected to the second house, and Libra is connected with the seventh house. So and the second house deals with our finances, our material world, our value system, what we value and what we place in our value system. And also the seventh house deals with our intimate partnerships, marriage, relationships like that, romantic relationships and things like that. So I feel like this evolution of yours is impacting your romantic relationships, but also the way you interact with yourself, the like self-love. I also feel like your finances could be improving over this time, or it could be highlighting your finances, and through this evolution you're reprioritizing where you spend your money, or even just your time and what you value. So like, for example, just to help paint this picture, some people could eat their food really quickly just to get it over with and get on with their day. But through this evolution, it's like you're prioritizing your experience, the experience of eating. So instead of just rushing to eat your food, you're taking your time with it. But your priority is different, so you're spending your time differently. You're prioritizing things differently, rather than prioritizing just finishing the food just to get it over with. It's like, even if I only have 10 minutes, I'm going to use that 10 minutes to truly enjoy my lunch, dinner, or whatever, my food experience. And that could go for anything, but that was just to help paint this picture. And I feel like with Venus here, the area of your life that this is impacting is the way you prioritize your time, and what you prioritize in your life, what is important to you, what you value, your relationships, if you are in a romantic relationship, or if you're single. Like, this could really help you to reevaluate who you want as a partner, or what you want out of romance and relationships. And this could also be helping you to pour into yourself, increasing your self-love and care, the care you pour into yourself. For example, just to help again paint this picture, if you are single and you're looking for a relationship, maybe in the past you prioritized somebody who earns a lot of money, and now you're reevaluating that to be like, okay, but what do they do with that? What kind of life do they live? It's not just about the money, but like, what are they doing with that money? How are they choosing to spend their life, and what experiences are they choosing to bring in? And you're like, not to say that you're actually doing this, but like, just as an example, that would be where your priority goes. So through this evolution, it's reshifting your priorities, and you're like reevaluating what is important to you. And I feel like what is actually becoming more important is the experiences over just the outcomes. So can I get one more card to see who pile 1 is evolving into? Thank you. We have the 4 of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like you're evolving into somebody who's patient. Like, we even have the 7 of Pentacles here, who's patient, who takes their time with things, who isn't trying to rush to some type of outcome, but is patient and allowing things to unfold, who enjoys like reflecting and resting. And that's not to say that you're not moving or working or doing that, but it seems like you're really prioritizing self-care and your mental health and resting and pouring into yourself and making sure, like, reevaluating where your energy has been going. Who you're evolving into is more focused on the experience, like I said, of life, and your mental state, making sure you're in a good place, making sure you feel good and that you're healthy, rather than just trying to get all these external outcomes. It's like, but do I feel good? Am I enjoying my life? Am I enjoying my experience? I'm going to read from this golden egg card because I feel like it so perfectly summarizes everything that I've been saying right now. Message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. Within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Deep within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard nor the message discerned until we retreat from the noise of modern day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Find a place of deep and restful ease, perhaps through yoga nidra or meditation. If you do not yet have a meditation practice, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Your chest may swell like you are seeing an old friend that's been away for a long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the 4th chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is the home of the self or soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation, waiting for us. Anahata translates as the unstruck sound. So I feel like you are evolving into this person who is deeply connected to their inner world, who is deeply connected to their heart center, who is able to reflect and slow down and enjoy the life experiences and make decisions through this space. I feel like your intuition really does speak to you through your heart center. And as you slow down, and through this evolution, as you slow down and really connect to your heart center, it's going to enhance your intuition so much more. I'm going to get your last message from Spirit. Spirit, what last message do you have for pile 1? What should pile 1 know about this evolution? it's kind of interesting that this came reversed, because fluorite usually deals with our mind. I'm pretty sure it helps to enhance like mental clarity and focus and things like that. I feel like with it coming reversed, it's Spirit's message to you to take some time to focus your mind, to connect to your mind, but to slow it down. I feel like this is to not so heavily focus on just what your mind needs, but if you can bring the focus to your heart center and see what does your heart need, what do you need, your mind's needs will naturally start to be fulfilled as well. Because sometimes I feel like our mind might enjoy learning more, it might enjoy more information, it wants to know, it craves that knowledge, but in doing so it may not be so great for our body and for our heart and for our energy, because that constant pursuit of knowledge could keep us from just enjoying the experiences. So I feel like through this evolution, you're learning to not ignore your mind's needs, but reprioritize where you place your energy. And by focusing on your heart's needs and fulfilling those, your mind will also come to a place of ease. But let's read from the guidebook for this. Clarity and purity, clear focus, and end to cluttered thinking. When the way forth is clear, a sense of purpose and enthusiasm arises and the fog of distractions lifts. Fluorite Spirit appears when confusion is about to disperse, giving way to pure wisdom and free, unambiguous intentions. It reminds you that you can achieve clarity by slowing down and consciously choosing to release any confusion or distractions. Like a still pool reflecting the beauty of the sky, a calm state of mind can produce the clarity you seek, allowing your intentions to be pure. Obstacles to co-creating can slip away as you work with Fluorite Spirit to magnify all that is pure, good, and loving within you. Focus on that and it will be amplified. If you're looking for laser sharp focus, fluorite is your best friend. This is a fantastic stone to employ when studying, while learning something new, or when you just need to retain important information. This is an excellent stone for children in school, but should not be kept in their bedrooms as it may disrupt sleep. So I do feel like because it came reverse, I'm getting the sense that this message could also be for when you do have an overactive mind, or maybe you're struggling with too many thoughts, or struggling to gain clarity. I feel like rather than trying to gain clarity through knowledge, dropping down into your heart center, kind of resting, pouring into yourself so that you can slow down and rest, will bring you the answers that you're looking for. It will bring you that clarity. So pile 1, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If you would like clarity specific to your journey and situation, I offer personal readings and one-on-one help through my website. It's linked in the description box below. And if you like this reading, then like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello pile 2, how are you doing? You've chosen this tiger's eye crystal, and I'm going to keep it right here. I did get a collective message for this reading. If you were interested in that, it'll be time stamped. And now let's get into your reading. So I got a few messages that came through. The first was that you're evolving into somebody who's multifaceted, or at least who embraces their multifaceted nature, who embraces different parts of themselves and doesn't force themselves into one box or into one type of way. So for example, just to help paint this picture, if you enjoy being like clothing wise, if you enjoy dressing sporty and edgy, but also enjoy dressing really polished and put together, but also enjoy casual and loungewear, it's kind of like you are blending all 3 of those, or embracing all 3 of those different aspects of you, instead of just feeling like you have to be in one category or box. And I was also hearing that you're someone who is coming up behind the scenes. Like, this may not resonate with all of you, but there's this feeling of like, at least one of you, there is a really strong feeling that you're coming up behind the scenes. Your come up is happening behind the scenes, or there's something that you're doing behind the scenes that may not be having a huge impact right now, but it's compounding. And like, as it compounds over time, it will have a huge impact. Eventually it will be seen externally. It's just right now it's like you are working on it alone, or you're doing something you're not really telling other people about. It's like nobody's really seeing the changes that you're making or that you're doing, but that's okay because it's happening behind the scenes and eventually it will be seen. I also saw 555, so the number the number 5 could be really significant, or you could be seeing a lot of 5s, repeating 5s, and that could be a really good sign for you. And 5s are all about change, so whatever changes you've been making, they are having an impact in your life, even if you don't see the like outcome just yet. So let's see your cards, and then we'll like look at your tarot cards. We have Bhakti, and it came reversed. Continuance, Dolphin, and Scorpio. So the Scorpio card is to see what area of your life this evolution is impacting. First, I want to say, like, you're evolving into somebody who isn't just praying for better or hoping for better. You're creating better. And I also feel like with this continuance card, it's like you're evolving into somebody who is consistent and disciplined, and not like rigid, but disciplined in the sense of like, if there's something you want, you're not just going to hope and pray for it, but you're going to take the action steps necessary to get yourself there. And sometimes those action steps looks like taking a step back and allowing it to come to you, but whatever, like, you're starting to trust yourself to know what you need to do in terms of like, do I need to take action right now, or do I need to lean back and just allow things to unfold? And I really do keep feeling like the reason this Bhakti card came up reversed, Bhakti, which by the way means prayer, but I feel like it came up reversed because you're evolving into somebody who, while you may pray or while you may hope, you're not just relying on that to bring you your desired reality or your desired outcome. You're really kind of stepping into like, what can I do? Who can I shift into? Or what changes can I make? And while the external, or while the universe or higher power is doing its thing, what can I do? What's in my power to do right now? I feel like that's like the mindset that you're adopting. But yeah, let's get your tarot cards to see further. I also feel like with this dolphin here, there's a few things. One, I feel like you're no longer being played, if that makes sense. So like, people aren't playing you, they're not taking advantage of you as much, or at least now you have the boundaries in place. Like, this person you're evolving into is somebody who is able to set those boundaries in a like healthy and loving way, so people can't take advantage of you, or people can't try to like trap you, if that makes sense, or confine you. Because like, when I think of dolphins, I think of how so many of them have been taken and like taken out of their home environments and placed into aquariums and like other amusement parks and stuff. And I feel like the reason this is coming up, you're evolving out of that. Like, people can't take you out of, people can't take you out of alignment. So it just because, like, let's say you're having a really good day. This person that you're evolving into, it's like if somebody who's not having such a great day comes into your life, or is being really negative or something like that, they can't shift you out of your good feelings. They can't impact you in that way. They can't take you out of alignment. So yeah, I also feel like because that alignment is coming from within, and it's like you genuinely happy with yourself, nobody else can impact that negatively. And you have your boundaries in place to help you feel secure in yourself. I do feel like for many of you, you're evolving into somebody who is far more secure and safe within themselves. But let's see what comes up for you. Spirit, who is pile 2 evolving into? Can I get... Who is pile 2? Wow. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a lot, like the 9 of Pentacles, Judgment, the 2 of Swords, and the King of Wands. I feel like you're evolving into somebody who is far more secure within themselves, who is well balanced, and who's independent in the sense of like trusting your ability to make decisions for yourself, trusting your ability to make the right decision for yourself. So like the example that's coming through just to help paint this picture is, let's say you're stuck on a project and you don't know if you should just keep working on it alone, or maybe you should ask for outside help to give you more clarity, a third perspective or third party perspective, or something like that. Like you might be stuck. This version of you, this person that you're evolving into, is trusting your ability to know which decision to make. So maybe that decision does look like asking for help and using that help that is available to you. Other times that decision might look like sitting with it alone and figuring it out for yourself. So I feel like you're evolving into somebody who knows what decision to make, trusts in your ability to make decisions that best serve you. I feel like you're really trusting yourself. And I do feel like with this Judgment card here, it's almost like you're breaking free from old paradigms or from old and past situations. This evolution that you're going through, you're breaking free from past bubbles that you may have been trapped in. Like it literally, I'm feeling like you're breaking free from these old bubbles that you were trapped in, where you continue to experience the same thing over and over again. It's like, no, I'm done with that now. I'm moving out of that. I do feel like you're gaining a certain level of independence, especially in terms of like your security within yourself. Like that keeps coming up. Like you're evolving into somebody who's so much more secure in themselves. And because of that, you're able to express your individuality and be independent in your thinking, your emotions, and things like that, without worrying about somebody else not liking you or losing people from you or your life and things like that. Like I do feel like you're not as concerned about that anymore, because you know, like, those people who are aligned with you, who love you, who care about you, they're going to stay no matter what your opinions are or any of that. Like, you guys have a good relationship, and people who aren't meant to be in your life will fall out of it, and that's okay. I also feel like who you're evolving into is somebody who, if you have like a social media following or something like that, is being seen worldwide. Or this could also be that you're evolving into somebody who's exploring, like expanding your horizon. Maybe that's like traveling more, exploring more places, like worldwide keeps coming through. Like you're experiencing different cultures. You're not holding yourself back to just, like, it goes back to that earlier message of not holding yourself back or not putting yourself in one box. And to me, this feels like you're traveling more, you're expanding your horizons more through travel or exploring. Or again, like if you have a social media account, like you may be becoming more worldly recognized, or you might have more connections worldwide. You might be building your connections out to different corners of the world. Like you're not just staying in one spot. I could even think of like if you're looking for friends, like you're finding friends in different areas or different backgrounds. You're not just sticking to the same things that you've known for your entire life. Like you're opening yourself up. Who you're evolving into is somebody who's secure to open themselves up to experiencing different things, different cultures, different backgrounds, friends from different cultures and backgrounds. I also feel like saying that who you're evolving into is somebody who sets intentions, because like I think of prayer as like an intention as well that you're setting. So who sets intentions but then doesn't just sit in that bubble of the intention, waiting for like the universe or some outside source to bring it to you. This feels like you're setting that intention, and because you have such strong faith in yourself, you already know that once you set that intention, it's already been set into motion. And now you just go on living your life, doing your thing, taking the actions that are necessary for you, upgrading and evolving in your way, without feeling like all your focus has to be on the intentions that you set. And the last thing I'm getting is your evolution has a lot to do with breaking free from the past, breaking free from past patterns and cycles and like history repeating itself. Like you're evolving into somebody who's just not doing that anymore. You're not repeating your cycles again and again. You're not repeating history again and again. Like you're done with that. And you're evolving out of that. You're breaking free from that. I really feel like this intense amount of freedom and this feeling of just breaking free, shedding that old cloak and just no longer even looking back to that old bubble or cycle, or just moving on, like being able to move on and be free to experience life in your way, the way that feels best for you, to have the experiences that you want because you're free from the past. So let's get your last message from Spirit. Spirit, what last message would you like to give pile 2 in regards to this reading and the evolution that they are going through? Oh, and then I never even mentioned this Scorpio card, which again, this is so perfect because as I was saying, like this Scorpio card is to represent what area of your life this evolution is impacting. And this is impact, like the 8th house deals with transformation. It deals with shared assets and things of that nature as well. So you could notice that if you do have finances that are shared with other people, you could be finally getting your own stability. You could be finally feeling like stable independently, so you don't have to rely on others. Or even if this doesn't have to do with finances, if you've been relying on others for support, like that security message that was coming through, if you've been relying on other people for support, it's like you're finally, who you're evolving into is somebody who's finally able to support themselves, who feels independent, and through that independence is able to enjoy relationships on a deeper level because you're not reliant on that person. And so you guys can like truly decide who is healthy and who you want to keep in your life and who you don't. But also the 8th house, like I said, it deals with transformations, endings and beginnings and cycles and things like that. So I do feel like the area of your life that this evolution is impacting is the cycles that you've been going through, is really clearing out old cycles. It's shedding old patterns. I feel like this is like rebirth energy in your reading. This feels like I'm being born again with all the wisdom that I acquired through my past experiences, but now with greater vitality and strength and faith in myself and security in myself. So let's see what we have here. We have Amazonite and Seraphos green quartz. And wasn't I saying 5 energy, and you have another number 5 here? But all this green is also highlighting your heart center. So some of you could be deeply connecting to your heart center, and maybe you're finding security through this deep connection to your heart center. or healing from any past wounds and stuff, which is helping you to feel more secure in yourself. We have Amazonite, truth, revelation, the evolution and natural flow of events. Not everything reveals itself right away in full detail. Wouldn't that be nice? But the conscious universe is unfolding a plan for you so much more brilliant than you can imagine. And Amazonite spirit is here to help you trust in the process and flow of revelation. Some things will be disclosed that may shake you up, but if so, it's all for your highest good. So pay close attention and go with it. The conscious universe prefers you to learn your lessons without suffering. So if you allow situations to fluidly evolve instead of trying to control them, you will see that much wisdom is being made available to you right now. Mind, body, and the conscious universe are interconnected, so be attentive to the connections you previously overlooked or thought weren't such a big deal. They have more insights for you than you might have expected. What is unfolding will help you understand your purpose and find your destiny. You don't have to be a victim of fate, with your future defined by repeating lessons learned in the past. Wow. You are being prepared for something awesome that you are already moving towards. Excitement and trust are in order. I love this. It's like confirming everything we've been talking about. Meditation with this stone encourages us to explore who we are at the deepest level. It assists us in ascertaining what is true for us at the core of our being and asks us to own what we know as our truth with unshakable certainty and absolute confidence. I was also feeling like I was getting the example of Assassin's Creed. I don't know how many of you have played that game, but the Desmond story, which is my favorite, I enjoy that one, but his story in specific kind of reminded me of this message. It's like in the beginning he didn't really know like the full details of all the stuff that he was going through, all the training that he was getting and all the wisdom that he was gaining through that. It was to lead him to a bigger purpose. There was a bigger game being played, but he didn't know that at the moment. He was just going based on his desire for avenging his father and his brothers and all of that. Like, he wasn't privy, I guess, to all of the deeper roots of the creed and all that stuff. Like, if you know about the story, then you know, but that example is what's coming through here. Is it's like you can't always see the end outcome, but you kind of have to trust that your intentions are leading you to, or your intentions are leading you there, and things are unfolding. And as long as you continue to take actions, that process will continue to unfold. Life on life's terms, I don't know how to say that, and acceptance of our place in the world, heaven on earth, what is meant to be. As long as we are human, we will face times when the only choice is to accept life on its own terms. But in that acceptance lies a most precious treasure, the gift of now. Surrender to this moment exactly as it is, and your heart will open, releasing what needs to be left behind as you join with the conscious universe on a journey of your own healing. Something wonderful is awaiting you, but first, you must be present in what is so that you can have this experience and receive the gift of recognizing that you are stronger than you know. When the wheel of fortune turns, you may look back on this moment as crucial for your growth. Very often, unanswered prayers and unexpected twists of fate lead to the destiny the heart seeks. Trust now in this process of the acceptance. Trust that the conscious universe has your back. Seraphos green quartz is a type of quartz only found on the island of Seraphos in Greece. It grows in odd shapes, often reminiscent of plant life. This beautiful crystal can be used for healing the physical body, opening the heart, and connecting to nature and all of life. So maybe Greece is somehow important for you, but pile 2, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If you would like clarity specific to your journey and situation, I offer personal readings and one-on-one help through my website. It's linked in the description box below. And if you like this reading, then like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello pile 3, how are you doing? You've chosen this citrine chunk, and I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And there was a collective message that I got. If you'd like to check that out, it's going to be time-stamped, but also I'm filming this on the new moon, and I didn't I completely forgot about that in the last 2 piles. But this new moon specifically is about closing out old cycles and old patterns. And I'm very curious, what old cycles and old patterns would you like to close out of your life? Or maybe that's something that you'd like to journal about privately. Either way, that was coming to me and I completely forgot about it for the first 2 piles, but it came here, so maybe it's relevant for you. But let's get into your reading. So I got a few messages right off the bat, and the first thing that I was getting was that you're shifting away from worrying about past situations. Like, the person you're evolving into is someone who isn't worried about the past, whose mind is calm and present in the moment, someone who isn't allowing your mind to run away with like wild negative visions or fear-based visions or thoughts. Like somehow, or sometimes when our mind gets like the worst case scenario, it can kind of like really take us on a trip down worst case lane. But I feel like you're evolving into somebody who's not falling for that and who's not allowing your mind to really go down that path. Like, if it does start to happen, you affirm to your mind, it's okay, we're safe, and I have the ability to deal with these situations, or like the worst case situation is not actually going to happen, or like whatever it is that you need to affirm to your mind to help you feel safe and secure. I feel like you're evolving into the person who is doing that. I also feel like you're evolving into someone who is prioritizing their health in the moment over worrying about, like I said, the past or the future. You're really focused on your health and the present moment rather than the worries and the fears. So now let's get into your cards. We have Ganesha, Memory, the Horse, and the Moon. And so this Moon card is here to represent what area of your life this evolution is impacting. But I did have a message with this Horse card because we are in the year of the Horse right now. So because you specifically got the Horse card in the year of the Horse, I feel like this year is extremely significant for you and for your evolution. But I also feel like you're really aligning with this energy of the Horse, the year of the Horse, of like fast movement, taking actions, freedom, and like freeing yourself from past cycles, and like freeing yourself from anything that's trying to hold you down. Again, I do feel like there's a reason why. Oh, and then of course, because you have this moon here, there definitely is like a reason why that new moon message came up specifically while I was tapping into your reading. You guys might be really deeply connected to the moon. And also now I'm noticing on this Horse, there's the crescent moon here. So I feel like the person you're evolving into is extremely connected to the moon, to your subconscious. And it almost feels like you're freeing your subconscious somehow. Or this could be that you're really working on freeing yourself from old subconscious patterns and habits and cycles that you may have been continuing to exist in, or that may have been running in your life for a very long time. I feel like you're freeing yourself from that. This person that you're evolving into is somebody who's freeing yourself from the old subconscious patterns, limiting beliefs, things like that. I also feel like your energy feels more freeing. Like you're embracing freedom. You're embracing your wild side, or like your deeper desires to be more free and less constricted. An example to help paint this picture is like somebody who wants to travel and doesn't want to settle down in like a 9-to-5 or in a home, but has this desire to travel and see the world and experience life in that way, and is finally doing it, is finally saying yes to that deeper desire. That's the feeling that's coming through, is like somebody who's finally saying yes to their deeper desires, somebody who's finally saying yes to their inner world, and someone who's finally saying yes to setting themselves free and being a bit untamed. But I also feel like with Ganesha here, you could be tapping more into your creative side. You could be learning how to express yourself. So this person you're evolving into is more comfortable expressing their emotions, is more comfortable expressing their creativity. Some of you could also be writers, or maybe over this person that you're evolving into is starting to write more, or is starting to work on like creative writing projects. That's also coming through here. Also with this memory card here, I feel like your memory could be improving. Maybe your mind is becoming sharper, or your like ability to recollect information is strengthening as you evolve into this person. And like I was saying, because the moon here is supposed to represent what area of your life this evolution is impacting, I feel like this evolution is impacting your inner world, your subconscious mind, your emotions, your deeper desires, and the way you connect to people on a deeper level. Also, your intuition is really being highlighted. I feel like your intuition is heightening and increasing. Also, I think you're understanding your intuition much better, because like Ganesha deals with knowledge, and then with memory here, I feel like this evolution is helping you to understand your intuition on a deeper level, understand the messages that come through to you, understand the signs and symbols that come through to you and what they mean. I feel like you're really developing a strong relationship and connection to your intuition and to your spirit guides. And because of that, you're able to actually understand what they're telling you. It's like you're developing a really strong relationship to your inner world, and through that you're trusting in your ability to make decisions, and you're able to make more grounded decisions because of this strong connection that you have to your intuition. Like you just know, now you're not really second guessing yourself. This evolution is like you're no longer second guessing yourself, because you have built and developed such a strong relationship to your intuition, to the point where even if you don't know something, even if you're facing an unknown, you still trust yourself to get the answers and clarity you need, and that the steps will unfold, and you don't need to really worry about it. Like you don't have to allow your mind to, again, going back to that first message, you don't have to allow your mind to go to worst case scenario if you are facing an unknown, because you know eventually the answers will come through, you know the clarity will come through to you. And even if your intuition isn't really giving you much right now, you know given time it will present to you exactly the information that you need. So, Spirit, who is pile 3 evolving into? Who is pile 3 evolving into? I love this. Wow. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups at the bottom here. And then we have the Ace of Wands. I feel like taking one more. Yes. Who's pile 3 evolving into? Can I get? We have the 5 of Swords with the 6 of Pentacles. Also, I wanted to mention, wherever your moon is in your chart, in your birth chart, if you know your birth chart, take a look at that, because that will also give you deeper insight into what area of your life this evolution is impacting. So depending on the house and the sign that you have it in, that area will likely be impacted through this evolution. Your reading is somewhat giving me like similarities to pile 2, but I feel like for you, you are evolving into somebody whose inner world is so grounded, so secure, and so stable that you trust yourself to figure out any unknown situation, that you trust yourself to walk into any unknown situation. Because with this Ace of Wands here, I'm feeling like Many of you are ready to enter a new cycle or a new situation, like a new beginning is entering your life, and the person you're evolving into is someone who feels very strong, secure in their inner world to face that new beginning, to walk into that new beginning with confidence, even if you don't know fully what to expect, even if you don't know exactly what's going to happen. Because this Ace of Wands card is also like making me feel like you're breaking out of a cocoon. Like you've been in this cocoon stage for a while and now you're breaking out of it. You're ready to fly away, like you're ready to fly into something new, or expand into something new. And this person that you're evolving into is someone who can really rely on their inner world to support them through this new beginning, who fully knows their worth and takes care of themselves, who stands in their worth. And even in the face of conflict or challenge, you have your own back. You have your own support, or you are your own support, so you don't need to look to anybody else to validate you. And that's not to say that you won't have other people to support you, but now that you're in this place, or this person you're evolving into, because you're not relying on somebody else to support you, you're able to stand firm in your boundaries, or you're able to deal and address conflict and challenges and get the support that you need when you need it. This really feels like your inner world is strengthening, and you are supporting yourself as a result of this strengthening inner world. The person you're evolving into, the history of and your past doesn't hold you back. It doesn't define you. It's used to strengthen you. And because your inner world is becoming so secure and so stable, and because you have this deep connection that you're building to your inner world, you're no longer allowing your past to define you, but rather using it as like information on what works and what doesn't. But it doesn't have any power to determine what your future gets to look like. You could also be learning to not overgive of your energy and starting to feel more comfortable through this security that you're building in your inner world, of just giving what feels right and not feeling like you have to overgive to keep people around. And I also feel like many of you could be healing out cycles and wounds that have been in your family, or that have been repeating in your family for a while. And this version of you, the version that you're evolving into, is one who has healed those things out, has evolved past those things, who's now using those cycles and patterns as a launching point rather than a loop to be stuck in, or something to define them by. It's like, no, these past experiences that I had, the past cycles that my family has gone through, or the cycles that, you know, have come down in my family lineage, are not a defining point, but I'm going to use them as a launching point. They have no power over my future, but I can use them to launch myself to greater heights, or to strengthen myself. I just feel like you're really using it as a means to achieve like what you want and to live the life you want, rather than allowing it to have power over you. I also feel like who you're evolving into is someone who's documenting their life, who's like writing down the experiences that they had. This could be like journaling. You could be journaling more, but it just feels like you're documenting things down. You're writing how you feel. You're writing down the epiphanies that you're getting, the insights that you've gotten, the wisdom that you've gained through experiences, the lessons that you've learned. Like, you're writing everything down. And maybe some of you want to like get into writing a book or something like that, because that did come through earlier. And I feel like this version you're evolving into is documenting all those things down, so you can do that at some point. But there's a heavy feeling of documenting and writing things down, so you can look back on it later on and see how far you've come and see how much progress you've made. And it might even help other people as well. I feel like you're evolving into somebody who's building security internally. So no matter what decisions you make externally, you still feel secure within yourself. And I also feel like you're taking care of your body, you're nourishing yourself, you're nurturing yourself, you're making sure to provide for your physical health. You could be exercising a lot more, like just taking care of your physical health, getting active. I do feel like this pile, there's like this feeling of activity. So the person you're evolving into is much more active and takes care of themselves, active in the way that fits for you. So for example, if doing gym workouts doesn't actually align with you, then that's not what you're doing, but you're still remaining active in other ways, in ways that are aligned with you. And that is another thing too, this version of you that you're evolving into is focused on what aligns with me rather than what everybody else is doing. So like, just because everybody else is going to the gym to get active doesn't mean I have to go to the gym to get active. I can get active in the way that works best for me and fits my lifestyle instead of conforming to what everybody else is doing. And yeah, I feel like you're nurturing yourself, you're caring for yourself, you're really connecting deeper to your inner world. And I do feel like you're not being afraid of conflict or challenge. You're not bowing down to it. You're taking the time to address it. And because of the security that you've built within yourself in your inner world, and this is who you're evolving into, so the security that you're currently building internally is leading you to feel much more confident to address conflicts and challenges, to face those things rather than shying away from it. So let's take your last card and message from Spirit. Spirit, what last message would you like to give pile 3? We have raw morganite. Sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability, self-forgiveness. No matter how hard the rock, over time water can alter it, making a path where there was none before. The appearance of this crystal is a sign that this is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. There is no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable as this crystal spirit appears in raw, unpolished form, finding strength in knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serve no one. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well, for it allows you to see things as they are. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and raw morganite spirit is here to let you know that you are not alone and you have a solid foundation beneath you. So express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. Morganite is a gentle heart cleansing stone that is valuable when we wish to release old patterns, wounds, and blockages that are obstacles to loving relationships with others. Meditation with this stone allows connection to divine love, which eases fear of vulnerability and allows us to be open to receiving love from others and from spirit. So with that, I do feel like this version of you that you're evolving into is more open to being vulnerable because of the security that you've built internally. Because you feel secure internally, you're able to open up. I do think I mentioned that, like deeper relationships, you're able to open up and have a deeper relationship with other people because your sense of self isn't coming from those other people. So if somebody betrays you, you're able to recognize that that is something on their character, and I don't have to internalize their behaviors. I don't have to take their behaviors personally, but now I'm able to see who they are, and they've kind of exposed themselves, they've exposed their character. And because you're like this person you're evolving into is seeing things from that perspective, you're no longer afraid to again, address any conflicts or any issues that come up or any challenges. You're able to speak your mind with love and grace, but you're still speaking it. You're able to communicate clearly and develop and deepen bonds and just see people for who they really are, rather than trying to keep the peace just so there's no like rocking the boat and none of that type of stuff happening, or so you can avoid conflict or challenges. But pile 3, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If you'd like clarity specific to your journey and situation. I offer personal readings and one-on-one help through my website. It's linked in the description box below. If you like this reading, then like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. How are you doing? You've chosen this rose quartz crystal, and I'm going to keep it right here. And I did receive a collective message for this reading. If you wanted to check that out, it'll be time-stamped. But also, I'm filming this on the new moon, and I didn't realize that for the first 2 piles, but I realized that for pile 3. So, and this new moon in specific is really about closing out cycles and things like that. So I asked pile 3, and I'm asking you too, what cycles and patterns are you looking to permanently close out of your life? If you'd like to maybe reflect on that privately, journal about that, and do some release work around that, that could be helpful. Or you can comment, and we can all comment about cycles and patterns that we are no longer wanting to continue experiencing. So the other thing for your pile I was getting was a bit of a chaotic energy, but one that while it was chaotic, because what happened was, as I was shuffling one of your decks, I can't remember which one, it might have been your tarot deck, which we're going to be using this deck for you today, the entire deck fell on the floor. And then while I was shuffling this deck in between pile 3 and your pile to tune it into your reading, it also fell on the floor. And so I was like, okay, that confirms that there's this feeling of things falling out of your life maybe, or this person that you're evolving into is more comfortable letting things fall, knowing that if it's meant to be, you can pick it back up, or the things that are not in alignment with you will fall out and something else will replace it. Because the thing that happened was, when these decks fell and this chaotic energy was going on, I didn't feel that chaos internally. So I feel like you're evolving into someone who has a regulated nervous system. You could be able to remain calm in chaotic situations, or you could be maybe I'm also thinking of somebody who works in a chaotic environment, and maybe at some point your nervous system was starting to get dysregulated because of that, but this person you're evolving into, it has a regulated nervous system, so you don't feel frenzied in chaotic situations. So that was coming through, and it doesn't have to do necessarily with work, but whenever you feel like you're in a chaotic environment, I feel like this version of you, that you're evolving into, is able to remain calm around. And I was also seeing the number 77, so that number could be significant. And I was feeling like you're evolving into someone who isn't afraid of making changes or adjustments when things aren't going the way that you wanted, or you're not receiving the outcome that you want. So yeah, let's get into this. We have Dharma, happiness, the cosmic egg, and Virgo. And this card is to represent what area of your life this evolution is impacting. So wherever you have your Virgo placement in your chart, if you know your chart, that area will be impacted by this evolution. But in general, Virgo is associated with the 6th house, and the 6th house deals with our health, our routines, our day-to-day activities. So I feel like through this evolution, you're addressing any chaos in your day-to-day life, or anything that's been bothering you in your day-to-day routines and activities. You're addressing those things. Also, you could be figuring out what schedules and routines really work for you, and seeing what is realistic for you to stick with, or what really aligns with you. Maybe realistic isn't the right word, but it's like you're figuring out what aligns with you. So through this evolution, you're really your day-to-day routines are being highlighted and how that impacts your life, and you're figuring out what you need to do, what you need to work on in order to like get reach your goals or create the reality you desire by addressing your day-to-day routines. So for example, just to help paint this picture, if you're interested in being a business owner, but right now all of your day-to-day time is being spent in your work and maybe other distractions, maybe you're spending too much time on social media or something like that, then you won't have enough time for your business to start establishing that. So through this evolution, you're evaluating what habits and patterns in your day-to-day life need to be changed in order to help better support your goals and your dreams and your desires. Let's get your tarot cards. And I do feel like because we have Dharma here, through this evolution, I really feel like you're figuring out your life purpose and your path in life, and what really is meaningful and important to you. The other thing I'm getting with Virgo is that you could be prioritizing your health, being disciplined with health routines. You could be looking to create a new health routine, something that better serves you right now, but your health is also being highlighted here. Let's get your tarot cards. Spirit, who is pile 4 evolving into? The Ace of Pentacles. Who's pile 4 evolving into? Can I get? Thank you. We have the 3 of Wands. I feel like getting one more. Thank you. I kind of want to keep this Queen of Pentacles here with the Ace of Pentacles, because the way it fell out, it's giving me the feeling that it's like it was meant to be with this Ace of Pentacles here. So I definitely feel like you're evolving into your highest self, your highest purpose here. I feel like you're stepping into that, onto that path, and you're really figuring out what that path looks like, what your purpose here is, and your this version of you that you're evolving into is walking that path, is shifting their day-to-day routines and shifting their day-to-day activities to reflect their higher purpose, to reflect that path. I also feel like part of this is you're evolving into somebody who's defining what your life path is and your purpose is. You're really figuring it out. I keep wanting to say that, like your life path, your purpose here, what you're meant to be doing, your sense of direction, and because of that, you're evolving into somebody who's figuring that out, and because of that, you're starting to take more action steps on that path. You're aligning yourself with that path. You're really transforming and changing to evolve to the person who is in alignment with their highest purpose, or with their purpose here on this planet. I do feel like the reason Virgo is coming out, and we've been saying it, like your day-to-day activity or your day-to-day routines, I feel like this is bringing more life into your day-to-day routines. I feel like it's motivating you. Even if there's challenges that you experience, even if there's things that you have to learn, this finding of your purpose, uncovering your purpose, evolving into this person who's defining their purpose and uncovering it, is giving you the energy, motivation, and boost that you need to deal with challenges, to wake up and feel happy and motivated to take steps in your day-to-day, instead of just like going through the hamster wheel. Like, this feels like I'm excited to get going. I'm excited for this because I finally found my purpose. I finally feel like that alignment. I feel like you're evolving into somebody who's holding space for that, who is so excited about life because you finally are on the path of your purpose. You're walking that purpose, and you're walking in your purpose and you're feeling much more fulfilled because of it. Even if it's challenging at times, even if there's difficulties that come up, no matter what those difficulties and challenges are, because you're in alignment with your purpose, you feel motivated, you feel ready, and you're able to continue to overcome those things. This also does give me the vibe that you're evolving into somebody who's like a warrior at heart, in a way where you're not going to give up, because this is so important to you. Like, you having found your purpose is so important to you. This path is so important to you, so you're not going to give up. This also makes me feel like you're evolving into someone who nurtures their ideas, who takes the time to pour into their ideas. Like, to paint this picture, if you grew up in a really rough background or rough neighborhood, and now you're in a place where you have the ability to give back to that community or to do something good, and you find so much fulfillment in that now. Like, you realize that that's your purpose here, is to help those kids or help those people who are going through those tough times and those challenges. This version of you that you're evolving into is nurturing those ideas. Whatever ideas come to you, you're nurturing them, you're pouring into them. You're waking up with the motivation and enthusiasm to go after them. And maybe not every single day, but even on your down days, your purpose holds you and grounds you. So even if you're not feeling super motivated every single day, your purpose is grounding you, so you still take actions. I love this. I think this is so beautiful, Pile 4. There's a lot of like transformation that you're going through, and a lot of this has to do with your purpose. You're evolving into a version that's aligned with your highest purpose, that is aligned with your purpose here, and you're figuring that out. And I will say this, there is no one purpose, and we also get to choose what our purpose is. We get to define that, and I feel like you're defining that. You're figuring that out for yourself, and it's really boosting you. It's helping you to feel motivated and enthusiastic. It's changing your day-to-day life and your routines, and also what you want out of life, and it's just creating a ripple effect, but ultimately it's creating fulfillment within you. So let's get your last card. Spirit, what last message would you like to give Pile 4? What last message? And maybe that's why things had to fall out of your life. Maybe that's why you had to experience, for some of you, you may have had to experience losses in your life, or things falling out. So maybe because part of your path here, part of your purpose here, is to help others navigate that, or is like in some way related to that, or these things fell out of your life to make space for this purpose. Spirit, what last message do you have for Pile 4 in regards to who they are evolving into? We have Bronzite. The number 13 could also be significant. I don't know why, but I felt called to mention that. We have loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. Now is the time to be sure you trust in the conscious universe and remain true to your authentic self, as Bronzite Spirit appears with the message that loyalty must be earned. Be judicious in extending your trust, knowing it is a gift from the conscious universe that must be honored. Respect others by being trustworthy yourself, speaking of them in ways that are honorable. Heal the past by owning your role in it so that you can trust yourself again, having learned the lessons that will strengthen you. Meditation with Bronzite can assist in discerning what needs to be released in order for us to heal. Due to its iron content, it is also a stone of strength, lending support as we allow all that no longer serves us to fall away. So I really feel that, because like this deck and then your tarot deck fell, so there are things that are falling away, but Spirit is encouraging you to realize that those things are falling away for a reason. It's not to hurt you, but to help you, and something better will come in its place, something much more aligned. And I feel like you're evolving into somebody who is trusting that because they're aligning with their purpose, and through that alignment they're coming to trust that when things fall away, it's not to hurt you, it's not a bad thing per se, even if it may seem that way in the moment. Like there's something bigger there. So pile 4, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, and thank you so much for being here. If you'd like clarity specific to your journey and situation, I offer personal readings and one-on-one help through my website. It's linked in the description box below. If you like this reading, then like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye.